Hello gang, Merlin, Don on the mic, and after a request that some of you made, we will check today a list that uploaded Luigi Amato on his YouTube. And this is a rather interesting list, I might say, because first, it's a stageless list. You can't find any stage here, and if you watch the videos in my channel, you will see that the last list that I use, or the most current one, is playing only one stage, which I sometimes find useful, I might say. But let's see today this list, because it's not only the stage that is missing, it has some spicy cards in here. The first one is Brook. And I will be honest with you, I have tried this deck. I played 6 matches and I won all of them, ranked matches. However, 2 cards that I didn't get to use or use their potential are these 2. So Brook and Iron Body, we will talk about it later. However, Brook might be really useful to the Dolphin matchups. Because what Brook does, it's on play and when attacking. On play doesn't count because your leader negates that, right? So you can't play on cards with on play effects. But Brook does the same thing when he's attacking. And what he does is he gives up to one of your opponent characters -1 cost in this turn, and then he KOs up to one of your opponent's characters with 0 cost. That means, guys, that if Brook is on the field and he attacks, he does a -1, and if you have another reducer, you get to attack something of your opponent, so another body or the leader of your or the opponent leader, and also KO something that you have brought down to 0 cost, right? So he's not that bad. But like I said, I didn't see his value, and I played against I played against some decks. Unfortunately, didn't find any Doffy. I will keep searching, and I will share this video with you guys. So then Laboon, we play Laboon. We love Laboon. He does a -4. Unfortunately, we don't get any benefit when he dies because he's on the Blackbeard card. The same as Brook, goes for Brook. The next one is Jack. So when I first started playing Blackbeard, I saw some decks from the East, so from Asia, and many of them did use Jack, and for a good amount of time I tried to play with Jack, but I always found myself trusting him for leader ability or so. However, in this deck list, he's in, and we will swallow the pill and try to find his value. So let's go further. Vanagur, Jesus, Sirius, Stronger, Doku. This is the main engine of your deck, like 10 Kostits and Lafitte. Sigan, you don't go. You don't want to play any of these cards in reduced numbers. Then Iron Body. Iron Body is a defensive card. It's a defensive card, and it's like when you have 10 cards on your trust, then you will have plus 6k. So you can use it against an opponent of yours that is not expecting that, and he goes, for example, for lethal, and you have 2 open dawns and 1 counter, and then he tries to go for lethal, and you play this card, and he's like, okay, no, I can't beat you. Like I said, in my matches I didn't use this card, but I can find the value in this card, and there are almost certainly sometimes that you will need to use something like that. The next one, Tempest Kick. It's a card that I didn't like at first, and I saw some lists playing that card, but after testing that card with this deck, I must say that I do like this card now. I do like this card because I find myself almost always having more than 10 cards in my trash, or 9 because this counts also as extra card, and you don't get only to give a -3 to an opponent of yours, which is almost always missing. You know, this reducer. You get also to draw a card, so you recycle this card, which is great. And then this is my age and black hole. We also love these cards. This my age is to fill up your trust so that your Jesus can get stronger, and black hole to negate the text of your opponent's card and then KO it. So this is the list. Like I said, a spicy one. I do like it. I want to test it more and more, and initially I was like, okay, I will play fast 3 games and then I'm gonna upload the video, but then I was like just winning the games, and I ended up playing 6 of them. But I don't want to create now a huge video, so I will place 3 of these matches on this video, and I will make a separate video for the other 3 matches so that you can watch it, just chill and watch it, you know, and not like a 40-minute video or something like that. And of course I always edit my videos so that you don't have to wait much time to see me thinking of what to do, or my opponent thinking what he has to do or what he wants to do. So I cut everything in the editing, and you just see the result, and fast games here. Thanks Brutal Llama for that hint. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go to the match. Okay, so the first one is against Smoker, and we go second here. He doesn't have anything to play on his first hand. We play a Doku on our 2-Don. We take the first the first hit, and then we play our Jesus on our second turn. We black hole him now. Why do we black hole him now? Because he's at 5-Don, and if he has a TCG in his hand, and we don't black hole him now, he will be able to do a -4 to our Jesus and trust him using his TCG. So this, if you know how to play Smoker, you also know how to let's say counter him as Blackbeard. So we do black hole him here. We need to black hole him from this point on, because it's really bad for us if we don't. So next he plays a Kuzan. He doesn't get to draw a card. He wanted a big body and the -4. So we respond to that by playing a Van Agur. We do a -3, then a Doku. We KO that, and then we give him a target. We give him a target and we attack with Jesus and our leader. Why? Because on the next turn we are at 7-Don, and we can, for example, play a Jack, and then we will have a reducer, and he baits. He baits here, he attacks our birds, and he leaves our Van Agur alive. So what we do here is, of course, we do a -3 to this Rebecca. We kill this Rebecca by using our Jack. We could have done it also with Doku, but we do it with Jack in order to recycle a card and to give him another target now. To give him Jack as his next target. And he baits again. He baits again and he attacks me. Of course, I do have the counter here, and I use the counter, because then we are one step closer to the win, and we have also Jesus. And then he plays a Brook. And of course we KO instantly this Brook by using our Jack, and we recycle a card. So we keep recycling, we keep buffing our Jesus that way. And of course we do have a Martial Detach but we want to go white here. So we play Jesus, we control the board, we attack him with 8 with our leader, we attack him with 9 with our Van Agur, and then for the next turn we do have a 10 cost to play if we need to. We do have a Jesus, we do have a Jack, we do have a Van Agur. What he does here is he plays a Jack and he KOs our Doku, and that makes us throw another card. Unfortunately, it's not a card with counter, it's another Blackbeard. So we do take that, it's okay. and now we are we either get lethal this turn or we play a 10 cost each and chill. And of course the fact that we can use our own our ability here, leader ability, and we do have two big bats on the field. It makes us just chilling, you know. And so we play our 10 cost stage, we have another one in our hand if we need to, and then we attack him, of course, with our Jesus, with our Jack, and he's now at 0 life. He can't do anything at all against that board, and of course he gives us the game. So the next one is against Shanks. This was also quite a long game. I didn't want to play it fast here, so we play a Lafitte. He plays a Sanchi here. He plays a Sanchi, and I was like, okay, I will search with Lafitte. I will give you on target here. So, and this is Lafitte. And then I will play a Doc Q and get ready to KO everything that you will give me here. So I play the Doc Q. Of course, we don't need to attack here because he will do the -1 from his leader's ability. We don't need to black hole him. You just need to start black hole him Shanks at like 7 dawn or more. So we are at 5 here. Of course, we try to kill him first by using our leader. He decides to do -1 to our leader, to our swing, excuse me, and then counter that with a 2k. We are happy about that because we do KO, we do end up KOing this Sanji by using one Van Agur and one Doc Q, and of course we get to get one 2k from his hand. Then he attacks our Doc Q, and we are still happy about it because we get to draw a card here, but he plays Portuguese DS and we don't have a black hole in our hand. So we decide here to play Jesus and to play a Lafitte in order to give him one more target, because always when you play such cards you give your opponent a pseudo blocker, let's say, because if he does not kill this Lafitte, then we will be able to search again on the next. Then I don't hit him with my Van Agur because I want to keep this -3 in case I need that. Now he attacks my Lafitte, of course, my first, let's say, blocker, and then he attacks me again with his ace, which I counter, and then again with a Monkey Dragon, which I take, of course. At this point of the game, we attack him with 6 with our leader, because we know that he might do a -1 here. Then we play Lafitte -4 to this dragon, and with the C-gun we KO this dragon. We don't hit him with our Van Agur. We want to keep this -3 here for as long as we can, and we are also pretty, let's say, healthy. He ends up playing a new gate here, and he KOs our Laboon. So we play another Van Agur, we do a -3, we play a Tempest Kick, like I said, guys, we play a Tempest Kick and we get to draw another card. Then we play another Doc Q here, we play another Doc Q, and now we are at 2 down, and I was like, okay, we either hit him to grab some cards, or we just go and play Lafitte and we search another card. But he's at 4. So what I decided here to do is, first I will attach these 2 dons to make sure that I will kill his ace, and then attack him into life. So he's now at 10 don. He will most probably play something big, and he doesn't. He decides to go and play this 1 cost, do a -3 to my Jesus and go 7k on him. Of course I give him. I don't want to throw away all my counter, and then he plays another ace. He plays another ace because he knows that we can't get rid of this card easily if we don't have a black hole. So we play a Teach here, we freeze this ace, we nullify his ability, we hit him with leader, we hit him with our Van Agurs there, and we just chill him because we do have 4 cards. And I was like, here at this point, okay, you know what? The worst thing that you can play here is like this guy Rayleigh and kill one of my Van Agurs. But even if you do, I do have a Laboon, I do have a Doc Q, and I get to draw a card from Van Agur. And if you do that anyway, you will not have enough Dawn to attack me, because I have a huge blocker on the field, and this is my teach. We block his attack here, and then on our turn, of course, we decide to KO this Rayleigh, so we do a -4. Then we use our 2 strongers, because remember guys, when you use your stronger, you don't do just a -2, you also recycle a card. We recycle a card, we are still not able to find this black hole, and I really hate that deck, because we play only 2 copies of our black hole. But we do manage to bring this Rayleigh down to 8, -8 I mean, and then we play our dog Q, and then we play Lafitte, because we need some cards here, and I decide here to grab a 2k, and I was like, okay, I have a life, I have a big blocker, I have 2 2ks and 1, okay, I am pretty confident here, and the first thing that he does is he attacks me for 7k. Of course, I'm blocking that, and then he attacks me for 5k. I'm blocking that also, because he might play a dragon here and bring me down to 0 life, and then he has a Roger, for example. But when I do that, he decides to play Rayleigh and Lucky Rooks. Rayleigh and the Lucky Rooks, now we have a 2 cost blocker. So the first thing that we do here is we get rid of one of his blockers, and then with the remaining dons of ours, we decide first to search for something, and we hit a Teach, which is awesome. And then with the remaining dons, I'm saying, okay, you know what, I will grab the days. I will grab the days. First he decides to use his Lucky Rooks and KO something of mine, of my board, and then I use the remaining Dawn to try to kill his ace, and he defends that. He defends that here, but we do have a 2k. That's why we don't how to say, we don't use our leader's ability. And then we take the life, and he uses everything that he has here to go for life. What I do here, the only thing that I can do here is to play Teach, and if he had a Roger, it would be a GG at this point, but unfortunately for me, he didn't have one. So what he does in his turn is he tries to go for game with everything that he has. So he goes like, you know what, 15k in order for me to give him my Teach, but he's now down on only 3 cards, 1 life, and of course I do have at least 1 body that can attack him and my leader, so I go 10k and then the remaining to my leader, and I win this game. So the last game for today, it's a red purple Luffy. We go here, we go second, we play our Lafitte, we search, he goes first, he doesn't have anything, and then he plays a Zoro on our turn. Of course, we want to get rid of this Zoro, and we do that by using a C-gun, and then he plays on his 5 Dawn Mr. 2, he ramps, he uses the remaining Dawn to attack us, and we take, of course. And we hit here a Seagun. We are really happy about it, because on the next turn we don't have to use our own Seagun to get rid of this Mr. 2. So I decide here to go for a Reducer and a Searcher and pass the turn, because I'm still healthy at 4 life. He's at 3, but we do have established a great board, so he attacks us, we counter. And then, sorry, I black hole him. It wasn't an attack. He attacks us, we take. He plays a dragon, he attacks us, we take the second one as well, and now we are at the point that we want to control the board. So what we do here is we first play a Stronger, and with Stronger I'm teaching a Lafitte. Unfortunately we draw a second Jack, but we do play the first one. We recycle a card, and then we KO the monkey, the dragon, but we have established a big body on the field, and we trust the second Jack in order to black hole him again. He plays a Shanks, he attacks our Jack, he kills our Jack, he attacks us again. Now we are at the point that we want to KO his Shanks, which we do. We use our Reducers and our black hole, and we KO the Shanks, and then we play Jesus here. Then we black hole him again, and we do have a Teach. So our priority here, guys, is of course to the board and as you can see here, he ran out of cash. He ran out of cash because at some point you don't have much to do here. So then we hit him with Fan Agur for 6k. He has 2 open dons and maybe a Gum Giant. The first one he decides to use a Sansi for it. Then we attack him with 9k with our Jesus. Of course he takes that, and then we play our 10 Costitz and Seal. Because we freeze one of his characters, we nullify his abilities, and then I don't use here my leader ability because I want to keep all of these counters in my hand. He hits us for 8k, which we block, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I thought then that even if he plays a dragon here, I'm still okay. I'm still okay with it, which he does. He plays a dragon. He gives 2 Don to this Usohachi. He attacks me first with Usohachi because he tries to desperately to go for game. Of course, I do have the counter here for that. I counter that, and then with his dragon, he goes again for my life, if I remember correctly. Exactly, he goes for life, and that tells me okay, he has something. But maybe a Roger or something like that, and he doesn't leave any Dawn open, so I was like, okay, you know what, it's GG, because I do have many characters here, and you don't even have a Gundam Zen. So I attack him with 8k, he gives me 2Ks, and then again with 6k, then with 10k, and of course the final hit is with 19k, and we win the game. So these were the matchups, guys. I will create a video for the rest of the matches so that you don't get to have really long videos from me. I hope that you like this matches. I hope that you liked this spicy deck. Tell me what you would change in it, or if you like it as it is. What I would change, and I will probably do it, is like I said, I'm not sure about the Brook and this card. I do miss a black hole most of the times, so one more copy would be ideal for me, I would say, and I will think about the rest of the changes that I will do here, guys. Okay, thank you all for watching, guys. Peace.